Lasti Baisema. Yeah? The Kuli Amu Kasi also Ligara. That's what we're asking on, right? Everyone holds that the Elchasa Lachashina comes to detract, to subtract. V'yeshem l'misairis. V'hacha b'darshin t'chilois kamifliki. Mars of a darshin t'chilois, Mars of a ein darshin t'chilois. So what's your kasha again? If you're not darshin t'chilois, then what?
It was in one before.
One before. Okay, let's go one back up.
Why don't we start over?
Let's do the whole thing again. Quick chazar. Let's go. Shein la shalosh tefana. He's like the Gemara. Tana Rabbanon. Shtayim kil chasan u'shlish afilu tefach. 2 plus 1. Rav Shimon Aimer shalosh kil chasan revius afilu tefach. 3 plus 1. But my kamifligi. What is the machlek? Rabbanon savi yeshem lemesayres. Rav Shimon savi yeshem lemikra. What in the world does that mean? Explains the Gemara. Rabbanon savi yeshem lemesayres. We go by the way that it is written. Basukos, meaning 2 times it's without a vav and 1 time it's with a vav. 2 times it's more in the singular and 1 time it's in the plural. Therefore, harikan arba, 1 and 2 is 4. Dal chad ligufe, get rid of 1 for itself because it has to say it 1 time. So therefore, bashlu tlas. 4 minus 1 is 3. So we have 3. The halach Moshe bumps it down 1. 2 plus 1 says the Rabbanon. Rosh Shimon Savar, Yeshem Lemikra. No, we go by the way that you read it. Basukos. Therefore, it's read, even though it doesn't have a vav there each time, but it's read ki'ilu as if it has a vav. It's read in the plural. Hari kan sheish. 6. 2 plus 2 plus 2. Excuse me. Dal chad grali gufe. Get rid of 1 for itself, which is now getting rid of 1 means getting rid of 2. 6 minus 2 is 4. Pashlu arba. Shalosh kol chazan azichus of grata. The Ravi is ukul atevach 3 plus 1. Teres number 2.
Is it there? I'm saying.
Yeah.
We already have the kasha.
Coach, what's the kasha?
If it goes by the way it's
read, yeah.
Sounded.
Good.
Then it should. The fact that it says sukkah.
Uh-huh.
You have 6, right?
Good.
Why doesn't it say sukkah? Because why do you
Oh,
need both?
the
first one.
Why do you need?
Why does it need to
Why
be
do you take away
sukkah?
2 to teach you the din of sukkah? Just say sukkah. Why is it sukkahs?
Meaning,
Why
instead,
do we take away
good.
both?
You're saying instead of saying Basukah Teisha Shivas Yamim, it said Basukah Teisha Shivas Yamim. And now that it says Basukah Teisha Yamim,
it's teaching
good.
something.
Good. So I think the answer to the question is not a kasha and Daf Avim Ralph. Zavim Beis, excuse me. I think the answer to that question is, I think elsewhere we're going to learn out. No, you can't do that because we have to. Good question.
That was
No.
This question.
No, it's a good question.
I told him the Rav was the answer.
No, it's a good kasha.
Even and then when you go to schach,
No pressure.
same,
No, I understand. Now I understand what you're asking. No, it's a very good question.
It's a good question.
It's a very good question. Okay, let me speak about everyone's question. You're saying it says Vasukah Teisha Shivas Yamim. So why doesn't it say Vasukah Teisha Shivas Yamim? I could give you a bad answer. If you want me to give you a bad answer.
And then as you continue, the shaila gets better. Because then it starts differentiating between the 2 sukkahs.
Schach and
yeah.
Right. No, but the bad answer could be is that once the Torah. No, why give a bad answer? Why give a bad answer? Like let's leave it as a good kasha. What's better, a good kasha or a bad answer? Depends where you come from.
It's a good question.
Depends where you come from. I like a good kasha but not a bad answer. Let's leave it for now. Viva Yisema. Teres number 3. The Kulam Yishem LeMikra. Everyone knows Yishem LeMikra. V'achba K'mifligi. Mar Savar B'Suchcha Bayokra. The Schach needs a pasuk. Mar Savar Suchcha Bayokra. Viva Yisema. The Kulam Yishem LeMisaris. V'achba K'mifligi. Mar Savar Kiasi Elsa Ligavra. The Halach Mashina comes to detract. Mar Savar Kiasi Elsa Lahaisev to include. Viva Yisema. The Kulam Kiasi Elsa Ligara. V'yeshem LeMisaris. Do you darshan the first word? Marsav darshan tchilos, marsavar ein darshan tchilos. Period. Rav Masna, is that where do you stop? You went all the way?
That's where we didn't finish.
Right here. Perfect. So everyone's good now?
Imagine the lighter sukkahs will tell you have to buy 5 walls.
We should start a new brisker chumrah, you know? Gets extra shittais in the Gemara. Rav Masna Amar. Says Ramash, not time of the Rav Shimon.
I started the shir yesterday by saying that Lechor is talking in the case like the L shape.
Good.
But the Lemaisa, there's shittas. The later we'll see in the Gemara about the
tomorrow. Tell you right now.
Oh, right.
Right here. Tav Zayin. Right here.
Opposite.
Mamish right here. Mamish right here. We're going to get there in a few seconds. As soon as we get to Tav Zayin, we're going to see exactly all the fascinating configurations for the sukkah. Rav Masna Amar, a final terrace before we get there. Taima de Rav Shimon Me'hochav, Sukkah Til Etzel Yoima Me'chayrev, Ule Mechse, Ule Mistar, Mizerem, Umi Matar. That the sukkah has to be for protection, and therefore the only way it's going to be for protection, says Rav Shimon, is you have at least the fourth wall, epis mashahu. If you have at least 3 full mechitzos, if not, it's not shielding, it's not protecting. Givaldik. So now we know that how many walls does the sukkah need? Lahalacha, 2 and a little bit. Not lahalacha, meaning a machlokes, 2 and a little bit, or 3 and a little bit.
What is really la aloha?
2 and a little bit. 2 and a little bit. 2 and a little bit. But there is a chumrah, if that's what you're asking, there is a chumrah to actually have full walls, which we'll get to. Even, it depends how you have 3. No, it depends how you have 3. If you have 3 good walls, if you're using Alach Moshe Sinai, using Lavud, that's where it gets, right.
That's a very limiting shot.
Which one, the last one?
Yeah.
Meaning, then it sounds like it has to mamash close you.
On the base, we talked about Sukkah Til Etzel Yoima.
Yeah.
About the Meister Mashiach or whatever.
And therefore, you're saying it only works with the other mandamar. Very nice, Hara. Chaver, Kubra has a beautiful Hara. The final teretz over here, Rav Masna Amar, he learned out from the Pasuk, Sukkah Til Etzel Yoimam. If you go back to Daf Beis and Beis, we used this pasuk once already, and the Gemara asked on that pasuk. Gemara said, "Oh, Ahulim Ma'aseh Mashiach." The Dairis. So it only works with 1 man Amar. Very nice, Ara. I like it a lot. Givaldik. So I wonder aloud. I'm just quickly glancing at the bottom Taisvis. Look at that. Tell me what you think. The bottom Taisvis says the Sukkah Til Etzel. So before we get to this, what our Gemara just say? From this pasuk we learn that the sukkah has to be protection. Givaldik. Taisus says something a little more. And I wonder if Taisus is coming to address that it could work according to all shitos. Taisus says, B'Yerushalmi Amrinon, Taimud Rav Shimon min Hadok Karya. From the following pasuk, Sukkah Til Etzel Yom Mechariv. Hari Achas, Lemechsa Ulemistar, Hari Shnayim, Mizerem Umimatar Shnayim, meaning it's more a drasha within the words of the pasuk. So I wonder, is that maybe the Yerushalmi, even if the pasuk is going L'Maisa Mashiach, L'Dairais, but still the words of the pasuk maybe could teach us, maybe. Again, I'm just thinking aloud. It's the first time I've seen this tesis. I mean, I saw it many moons ago, but first time I've seen the tesis. I wonder if such a pshat could be said. Okay, now we get into the fun. The fun is, where is the tefach? Where is the tefach? Meaning, we're learning 2 plus 1, or we're learning 3 plus 1, however we're learning, where lamaisa do you put the 1? Where do you put the little piece? Again, you have 2 and a little piece. So we view it like the hug that we spoke about in Sukkot. Here's 1 wall, here's 2 walls, and here's the 3rd wall. That's what the Zayir says, Al Pi Kabbalah. The 2 walls and a little bit is a hug. When you hug someone, you make sure you go around their back a little bit. Givaldik. But where does that little bit have to be? Says the Gemara. Where do you have to place that tefach? Amar Rav, 2 lines from the bottom. Ma'amidoi kineged hayoytze. You put it opposite the yoytze. If you look at Rashi gives us a little picture over here. Now what does it mean? It means, like we just said, you continue the 2nd wall a little bit. That is where the tefach goes. The first pshat is obviously the easiest one. That's obviously the one that you probably were thinking. And that's pshat number 1. Last line of Vavam Beis. Amri le Rav Masna v'Rav Asi l'Rav. Rav Masna and Rav Asi said to Rav, 1 second. V'ya'amidenu kineged roish tur. Why don't we place it kineged roish tur? So in your pictures, on the sides of your Rashi, you see many pshatim. How to learn roish tur. The 3rd pshat in Rashi, again, look at the side of your page. You see you have a bunch of pictures? The 3rd picture, that's the Pashup shot over here. The Maram, I don't want to say that's Pashup shot, but that's the easiest way to understand it. Which is what? You have 2 walls, and then you put a 3rd Roish Tur over here. On a diagonal, a little piece over here. Again, 2 walls, a diagonal little piece over there. What does that do for us? What does that do for us?
The 2nd picture. That's the 3rd.
The 3rd picture in Rashi. My hands, I can't.
No. The 3rd picture.
Third picture. You
Is
see
the second one the one where it's curved a little bit?
the third one's curved also. Look at the third one. They're all curved. Look at the third picture.
The third one's detached.
Good. That's Pashim Shot. Oh, thank you. We have pieces here. Good. Oh, shkoyach. There you go.
Camera.
Oh, so how are we going to do that? Oh, like that. That was easy.
Hold the camera.
There we go. No, Rabbi Schuster.
I liked it better, by the way, with the Gemara.
You're showing him a cup of soda.
Here we go.
Oh, we did it also. There you go. It's good. It's
more visual.
More visual. Visual learners, they call them in English.
We don't see the camera. Oh.
There we go. We got to pick it up. There we go. Everyone see. Rabbi Schuster, it's all for you. Even? Yeah, you're good? You don't see it. I'm not doing a good job. Yichab? Okay, I think Yichab before I made all the incredible pictures. But for everyone else here who didn't chab, this is the easy way. Now, what's the chilik? What's the kasha of the Gemara? Well, what are we doing? Why would this be better? This would be better because now the third wall is really acting as two walls. It's a little bit on the third wall, and a little bit on the fourth wall. So the Gemara is suggesting maybe v'yamidenu keneged roish tur. Maybe when we say you need a little bit, maybe that little bit has to at some level function a little bit of both walls. Again, many, as you see from the pictures in Rashi.
That's pashtus?
No, this is. Every brain works pashtus differently, It's pashib shah. I don't know what's pashib shah. Pashib shah is how your brain works. I don't know. But if you look in Rashi, there's three ways of understanding Rashi, which are those top three pictures. Those are that's keneged roish tur. That should have to be on a diagonal.
The common denominator between all these three pictures
Is that it's a diagonal?
Is that when the diagonal, what it causes is that it connects to the first wall and to the second wall, and like you said, and then it's like
more enclosed. More
to
enclosed.
Both walls,
very good.
As opposed to
very good.
The original understanding, which is just one wall.
Good.
Just connects to one.
I'll tell you the reason why I said personally I find this third picture the easiest is because if you look at Rashi. Rashi in the second line says that the last word dinire noite lebeiz mechitzos umechzi, and it looks like ke'arba mechitzos. The kasha is in those first two pictures. Where's that four walls? Oh, meaning it sounds like the way the Rashi is learning the kasha of the Gemara is that very good. We have a source in the Torah that two and a little bit works, but maybe the only reason is to get two and a little bit in the manner that's ki'ilu four. That's how Rashi l'chayra is learning. But you're asking good kasha. What is the kasha of the Gemara? But that's how Rashi is learning. Good.
How far out could your schach go?
How far out?
Let's say first shot, you can square it off.
Oh, that's also a very good question. That's a very good question. Where would the schach be in all these pictures? That's a good point. That's a good point. Does the schach have to be on top of the walls? Because the schach overhang, as we've seen, there is such a concept of overhanging the schach. That's going to be a valid point. But let's see.
That would make the walls visual.
Now, what's even more complicated is the Gemara's
I
teretz.
don't think it matters if it's visual or not, though. It's not about.
No.
Trying to make it look like
He's asking that we're trying to make it look kilo. It's like this, so maybe the schach has to be on top of it to complete the picture. And I can hear and I can hear no. I can hear both done. But now look at the Gemara's teretz. What does the Gemara answer? Shasik Rav. Rav was quiet. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, very good. You both argued with each other, and those are the two pshatim that they say in the Gemara, what Shasik Rav means. Either he was quiet because he felt it was such a ridiculous question, he didn't have to waste his time answering, and therefore Avada, it does not have to be this way. Or he was quiet and he felt it was a good taina, but that is Shasik Rav. Itmar Nami, and you'll understand why maybe one of those pshatim is easier now. Itmar Nami, says the Gemara, Amar Shmuel Mishmei de Levi, Ma'amidoi Keneged, Hayoitze. You should put it extending the wall coming out. They taught the same way in the base medrash, Keneged Hayoitze, which leads us to believe that what does Shasik Rav mean? He didn't agree, because if he agreed, then why would the Gemara continue? Itmar Nami, not agreeing. Okay. Gevaldik. So far, seems like all opinions, aside from this one interesting opinion about a diagonal, say two, and a little bit sticking out from it. Continues the Gemara, another interesting shot. Rav Simon, he's up for vote for fan favorite name of the Masechta, Simon. If anyone wants to introduce another name, we'll take it. Simon is my vote. Rav Simon. Simon. It's not Simon. You have the nuance. Rav Simon. Verstehe. V'itema Rav Yishuv ben Levi. V'itema Rav Yishuv ben Levi. It makes us all stickle nostalgic. V'itema Rav Yishuv ben Levi Amar. You have the Lion King? They made it to Europe? Made it to Say there.
It was Simba, not Simon.
We could hack Lion King later. V'itema Rav Yishuv ben Levi Amar. Oiseloi tefach soichik. This is a very important word. What is a tefach soichik? There's two types of tefachim. We have a tefach, which is a precise tefach, and we have a tefach soichik, which is an expanded tefach. Now, what is the detail of an expanded tefach? That it's a little bit more than a tefach. Now, why would we need a little bit more than a tefach? Because look at this one. Oiseloi tefach soichik umamidoy, and where do you place it? Be'pachais mishloisha tefachim, at a distance of less than 3 tefachim, samuch l'doifen, next to the wall. This is the fourth picture in Rashi. If you look at Rashi on the side, those pictures on the side, the fourth picture, that you make that little wall less than 3 from the wall, and therefore what? Why do you need the
lechi to be...
Tefach soifich, because God, let's do the math. If the hole is a little bit less than 3, and we're adding on a tefach, you don't have 4 tefachim. So he's learning you need to have 4 tefachim. Where does 4 tefachim come from? It's a very good question. But that's where he's saying. Clearly he needs, again, let's speak to that, it's a very important detail. He needs a tefach soichik, an expanded tefach, which we'll call 1.1, just for make it simple. And the space is 2.9. 2.9 and 1.1 means you have 4 tefachim.
Why 4?
Good.
He wants it to be at least
good.
The rov of what.
Good. So this is a new shita. This is a naya shita. Nice shita. Shita number 1 was you need to have 2 walls and a tefach. Where was that tefach? Either right off or connected rosh tor. Shita number 1. Shita number 2 now is you need, for some reason, 4 tefachim for a wall. Even though we old Amud Bey said 2 and a little bit, he's learning not 2 and a little bit, 2 and 4. Why 4? Because 4 is the majority of 7. Which now a 7 is a minimum size sukkah. So if you have a 7 wall, the majority needs to be a wall. That is this fascinating shita.
What if that? Let's look at this picture. Yeah.
Good.
If that wall is 10 tefachim, does this need to be
good?
6
So Rashi answered your question. Now, why that is true is a good kasha.
Regular.
What does Rashi say? Rashi answered you. Rashi answered you. Rashi said he didn't say in this case. He said umeshach sukkah shiva. That is.
It needs to be based on the minimal amount.
Good, and we're about to see that very strongly in a moment. We're about to see it very soon. Case is picture 4 in Rashi.
I don't have the same picture.
It's here, still. Art scroll. Hashem Yerachem. Azach Chutzpah. Look at this picture over there and we'll explain it. The picture is, they actually have it over here. No, look over here. They have a 3D one. This one. No. That one. That again, Chaver, let's explain. Chaver, here's our 2 walls. Okay? And now, our third wall, which is going to be, this doesn't work so well. I have a third wall.
This is very good.
Here's my third wall. Okay. My third wall is at a distance of less than 3 from here. Therefore what? Therefore this whole gap is ki'ilu wall, plus this tefach. So now we have ki'ilu, we have a 4 tefach wall on the side over here. Why do we need 4 tefachim? The Gemara now didn't need 4 tefachim. Says Rashi, we need 4 tefachim because this shita is understanding that you need to have roiv of a regular wall. A regular wall is 7. And you have roiv of that, and that is 4.
Second, what happens?
Good.
What happens if this is 2 tefachim away?
And it's 2 tefachim wide?
Then it's only 3 and a bit. No, it's not.
No, so it doesn't good.
You still need more. So the shoifach is basically to get you to.
Yeah. It needs to have 4.
Right under 3
good.
And then together.
Exactly. So Amar Rav Yehuda, now is where things get wild, and with this we're going to conclude. Amar Rav Yehuda, sukkah sukkah mavui. If your sukkah is made like a mavui, what does that mean? Chaver, here's your sukkah. You have one wall and you have two walls. Like a mavoy, you could travel right between there. Look at that street. Givaldik, two walls, detached. Baruch Hashem. Now, Sukkah asay kemavoy kshera, va'oisay tefach, and that tefach, where do you place the additional tefach, says the Gemara. Excuse me, let's read it right. Sukkah asay kemavoy, kshera could also be kosher. Va'oisay tefach, where do you place it? Ma'amidai, you put it. L'charuach sheyirtzeh, Shita number 1, connected to either of these walls, you add a little third wall. Shita number 1. So far, so good. Rav Yishimoin v'yitema Rav Yeshua ben Levi Amar. Listen to this one. Oisa loy pas. Make a wall of arba. 4 tvachim umashu. 4 and a little bit. Umamidoy, and you place it bepachais mishleisha, within 3 of one of the walls. So if I put the third wall smack in the middle over here within 3 tefachim from this wall, then it gives me a 7 tefach wall. So I have one wall, an imaginary 7 tefach wall, and a third wall. Now everyone's kasha is, how big is the space? How big is the space? Pashtus, as big as you want it. You could have it as zoi, massive sukkah. Over here, you place your additional wall, 3 tefachim within 3 tefachim, so it includes this 7. Even though you have a massive hole over here, it will still be good. Now, that's not so posh what I just said, but that is picture Dalid. That is picture Dalid. Very good, Chavra.